My name is RJ Bowman, and I'm 21 years old. I have lived around Calumet Refinery for all my life. As growing up, I can remember driving by or seeing flares at the refinery and thinking nothing goes on. There been many times people say, "Oh, roll up the windows. It's nothing but the plant," and it stink really, really bad. And this has been going on for many, many years. I live in a household composed of grown-ups and children. My mother has suffered from 3 strokes, and my niece has severe eczema and allergies. My mother takes all types of medication. Um, she takes at least 10 pills a day because she has so much that is wrong with her. It has really affected our way of life. There's been many times that we couldn't go outside because it smelled so bad. And it's just not once every month or once every couple of months. This is almost on an everyday basis. Living around the refinery has its ups and downs. Some days you can go outside and have fun, some days you can't. And you know that when it rains, you can expect almost immediately for it to smell bad. It affects the environment greatly. Not only does it affect our health, it also affects the surrounding trees, the grass, the water, whatever is around it. I remember that there was an oil spill a couple years ago where some of the oil got out and got into the surrounding neighbor's yard. And this sat in their yard for days. Whenever it rained, the oil would seep up out of the ground again and sit on top of their grass. And I'm pretty sure they had children that would go outside and run in the rain or play in the mud after the rain and get all oiled up, and it was just horrible. And I also remember a time when I first got into high school. I was going to the first Saints and Cowboy game ever that was hosted here at the Independence Stadium. And it was a train on the track going from Libby Glass to Calumet. And I was riding with a friend that was from out of town with his parents. And I remember just sitting by the plant because we had to wait for the train to go by. And it smelled so bad that even when we lit up the windows and turned on the air, the smell still got in the car. And it was hard to explain what the smell is. All I could say was, it's the plant. And they asked me, why does this plant smell so bad? And at the time I couldn't tell them because I didn't know any better. That's the only thing I could tell them, that it was the plant. And it was kind of embarrassing to know that someone from out of town comes here and has to experience what I experienced as an ordinary day, and they pointed out to me as something being so bad. No, I don't think it's a safe environment for anyone to live around. That plant can cause so many illnesses that are untraceable, and they can affect so many people, especially children. There are so many children in the community that suffer from asthma or some type of respiratory related illness that is just ridiculous. I'm pretty sure if you look at the hospital records, you will see that the majority of the community has some type of illness that many would say, oh, it's just hereditary or it's our way of life. But if you think about it, our way of life is the refinery. Many people cannot move from around the refinery because they don't have the money to. And it's sad that the refinery continues to pollute on us when we don't ask them to. It's not our choice to have to stay around there, but it should be their choice to clean up what they're doing. Whenever there's an accident, I've heard a lot of people say, and I've witnessed it myself, that they had burning nose, burning eyes, they got congested, their allergies started acting up, or they just couldn't breathe. And sometimes it does get that bad. Even when you go in your home, you still can't breathe because it gets in your home and it stays there. And you can't open the window because the smell is a lot stronger outside. What are you to do but to sit there and smell it? You can't leave because many people do not have cars. I would like to see that Calumet changes. It's not up to me whether they move or stay, but they have the money and the power and the ability to clean up their act. They've always had construction going on some part of the plant. They can make it better. They can make high efficiency stacks that burn off most of the pollutants. They can update their facility because there are many parts of the facility that are rusted, leaking, pipes broke, that just need fixing, period. The refiner has been in that community for longer than I've been alive, and there are still some of the same equipment that's there, that has been there since it first started, before it was even Calumet. There's no reason as to why they cannot update it. They have the money,